Story 1. The Mount Gambier Diving Disaster, Australia, 1973. It was May 28, 1973, when four young divers from Australia set out to explore a deep sinkhole near Mount Gambier, known simply as the Shaft. The group, Stephen Millott, Christine Millott, Gordon Roberts, and John Bockerman, were part of an amateur diving club. The Shaft was famous among locals, a clear pool on the surface that dropped into a vertical cavern more than 100 feet deep. But below that, narrow tunnels branched into a labyrinth of silt and rock, a trap for the unprepared. Then someone kicked up the bottom silt, and within seconds, visibility dropped to zero. They tried to find their way back up, but without guide ropes or lights, the way out was gone. The tragedy claimed 4 lives and became one of Australia's darkest days in diving history. Today, the Shaft remains a warning to cave divers everywhere. In the depths, even one small mistake can mean no way. Story 2. The body recovery that became fatal. Boesmansgat, South Africa, 2005. Deep in the South African desert lies a flooded cave called Boesmansgat, or Bushman's Hole. It plunges straight down, over 280 meters, nearly 900 feet, into freezing black water. In 1994, a young diver named Dion Dreyer died during a deep descent. His body vanished into the abyss and was never recovered. For 10 years, his family had no closure, until one man promised to bring him home. That man was Dave Shaw, a record-setting diver known for his precision and calm under pressure. In 2004, while attempting to set a new depth record, Dave found Dion's body, preserved by the cold water, resting on the cave floor. He decided to return and bring him back. But Boesmansgat does not forgive. On January 8, 2005, Dave descended again, over 270 meters down. At that depth, the pressure is so immense that even a small mistake can turn deadly. He reached the body, but when he tried to secure it, Dion's suit suddenly floated upward. The lines tangled around Dave's arms and rebreather hoses. He struggled to free himself, but every movement used more oxygen. Above, his dive partner Don Shirley waited, but Dave never resurfaced. Hours later, rescuers found both bodies, side by side at the bottom of Boesmansgat. Dave's helmet camera had recorded everything: his calm descent, his final moments, and his quiet acceptance of fate. The hero's mission had become his own grave. Story 3. Marcel Loubens, The Man in the Shaft, France, 1952. Our final story takes us back to 1952, deep within the Pierre Saint-Martin cave system in France, one of the most dangerous and complex caves in Europe. Explorer Marcel Loubens, a 29-year-old French speleologist, joined an expedition to map one of the cave's deepest shafts. Atmospheric shot of 1950s cavers descending on rope ladders with primitive electric lights. The vertical shaft disappears into darkness below. Marcel Loubens, identifiable by his period gear, carefully makes his way down the handmade rope ladder system. Early electric bulbs create dramatic pools of light against the cave walls. A vertical drop over 300 meters deep. For days, the team descended, building rope ladders and using early electric lights to chart the unexplored passages. Then, disaster struck. Dramatic sequence showing the winch cables suddenly snapping under tension. Marcel Loubens falls through the darkness, his body tumbling against jagged limestone walls before crashing onto a ledge far below. The primitive electric lights flicker and sway, creating chaotic shadows on the cave walls. As Loubens was being lifted back to the surface, a winch cable snapped. He plummeted over 80 feet, smashing against jagged rock before crashing onto a ledge far below. Miraculously, he survived the fall, but his injuries were severe. Haunting scene of Marcel Loubens lying injured on a narrow cave ledge, illuminated by flickering electric lamps. Rescuers above lower ropes, medical supplies, and food The injured explorer is conscious but clearly in distress, surrounded by the oppressive darkness of the deep cave system. For more than 36 hours, rescuers tried to reach him. They lowered doctors, ropes, food, and morphine. He was conscious, whispering encouragement to his team. But the cave was too deep, too tight, and too treacherous. His condition worsened, and before the rescuers could pull him up, Marcel Loubens died in the darkness. His body remained there for 2 years before it was finally recovered. A simple plaque now marks the spot, honoring a man who gave his life to explore the unknown. From the flooded caverns of Australia, to the bottomless pit of South Africa, to the ancient shafts of France, each story reminds us of one truth. Curiosity drives us forward, but nature decides how far we go. 3 divers, 3 tragedies, 1 haunting message. When you enter the Earth's depths, remember, not everyone comes back.